was.
I was a great kid.
I'm a horrible human being.
I turned horrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think most kids are like that.
Society changed us.
We live in a society.
We live in a society.
Okay.
Welcome to Best There Is podcast. I like how we were having a deep discussion, and I just took us out of it because it's time to roll, boys.
At least you signaled it a little bit better.
Yeah, you did it last time, and it felt really off for me.
It was because
I feel like you stole it from me, but I don't want it to be just mine. This is ours. And this is all of our children's.
And Declan's here too.
And Lucas. Usually I used to put up names, but now I'm like, because
Can I also talk to you about those South Park things?
What South Park things?
I love them.
They're cute, but like,
oh, dude,
I want a shirt.
They're kind of cringe.
But I do that just to save things, or maybe on the pictures. You have to remember, making thumbnails and stuff is really hard to get it to pop and to get people to look at it. On top of it, you want to have a title that kind of grabs people.
You know what you
also
need?
Without lying.
You need people going.
Yeah. We need. I've been. My son's been.
We need to take pictures.
Some red circles and some red arrows.
Logan's been wanting to do his, YouTube,
like King Kong,
and we have a bunch of videos for him to put up. But I told him I'm not going to do them until we figure out how to do your thumbnails better. And I'm like, I'm gonna do just a white background and just cut things out. But you ultimately need a green background.
Thinking like pink or green. Like, what color you plan on painting them?
Him?
He's got to do his thumbnails better, right?
Did you get that from a dad joke book or something?
No, I just can't on top of my head.
People like tuned out, dude. If we had anyone,
no, he's laughing.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That was quite funny.
Crystal wants us to do
It's a multifaceted
dad joke off challenge.
I've seen those.
Dude,
she says
I'm
me and Lucas should do it. Well, no, you print them ahead of time at Funny Ones. There's some that are fucking raw.
We can do it.
It could be a challenge. I don't know, but anyways, she's like, I think you and Lucas would probably do good at it because I guess you were already dads. But I was like, I don't know.
I would say
I fucking hate him. And I fucking hate Declan, by the way. And she threw that in at the end of it.
What?
I'm joking because I didn't mention Declan. But do you think someone was knocking?
No.
This is my heel tap, man. Yeah, it's hard, dude, because I use a really bad program to do a lot of my editing, and it sucks. I'd rather learn Photoshop
then pay to get a new.
I'd rather
learn how to use your program fully.
Well, it costs more and it's not that great. I don't think. My buddy who ran a shop gave it to me how he made flyers for his store.
Oh, you're talking about that internet thing, aren't you?
Yeah. So that store, I use that store or that program that's free, but you could pay for extra things. But there's nothing really extra besides like downloading it for free and stuff. We got the copyright on there on the bottom, and I'm fine with that because I usually cut it out anyways. But that's how I had to do the thumbnails and stuff. But it's
a
hard.
Real shame that no one here has Photoshop.
Well, you're still learning though. But
I have the program.
But hold on. Allow him.
That's fine. I told him. I think last time on the last.
He just needs to tell me what he needs.
I told him in the last video. I'm like, or maybe not even the video. I think last time we just were mentioning it.
My brain doesn't think in the way that's like.
I was like, you gotta
come up with a creative. thumbnail. No, you gotta tell me what you want, and then I can.
The last thumbnail I did wasn't that great, and it just had Zemo as a Jedi and Winter Soldier as a Jedi because we talked about them in the Revenge of the Sith. So I just mixed it. And then behind them, I was trying to get the idea of like how the Star Wars posters look, where it just shows like shadows of people in the back. So you take down the consistent or the what is it called, where you're fading them out.
Yeah, the
transition.
Oh, you're just transitioning.
Yeah. So I put Zemo in the background, like pumping, kind of as a shadowy figure. Like
you just changed the opacity and you put it behind.
There you go.
I said opacity earlier.
And then
go back on the podcast. I said opacity.
On the other side, I did. The smiling tiger, or the fuck he's called.
Yeah.
So I put that in the background. So I was trying to go for like a Star Wars, and these people in the background, you see Zemo like, and then them two in the middle, like, okay, they're battling out or whatever. But people don't really get what I'm trying to do. But anyways, and then
I personally would have just taken the cover of that Star Wars movie and just put them on that.
Well, and again, I want to make, and it's hard because every week we cover. It sucks. If people are like, "Are you just a Falcon Winter Soldier podcast?" But we cover TV, but that's what's going on in TV. We could do Invincible, but I think Invincible we're gonna take one. We do 1 day.
I'd rather much do a 1 day episode. I'm fine doing 1 day episodes. These are kind of.
And I think Harley Quinn we actually do a 1 day thing.
But this is all. This is it.
But this
for a while.
But this is a big thing that comes weekly.
But till Black Widow, this is it.
But I know, but it's a big thing that comes weekly. If we had a big DC show that came weekly.
I'm agreeing with you, by the way.
No, I know. Well, it's hard because everyone on TikTok probably thinks I just hate DC. And
you do.
My video I made,
dude, he hates DC. He hates Batman. He thinks Batman's stupid.
Well, hold on. Wait, what?
I think Batman.
He thinks Batman's
stupid. While we have my Batman framed picture behind me, I even went on saying like the only person I really don't like is Superman because he's just a plot device. But other than that,
yeah,
I love DC characters. But the biggest thing is I love DC villains.
I like Superman. So
why?
I just like Superman.
Tell me why.
But I like.
Tell me why.
Do you want to really know why?
Tell me why.
Okay, it's because I really like overpowered like characters in fiction.
I like them to have flaws.
No. But you gotta hear me out. There's always
Superman is, I think, the only one that doesn't really have a huge, massive flaw.
Thank God you brought your
except
fucking
for
face to the microphone. You were far away at first.
That's not the thing. I'm saying this is why I like Superman. I'm not making an argument for why Superman should be everybody's favorite character.
No, everyone has a right to like.
I'm not even I'm not even arguing that give Superman credit. I'm arguing this is why I like Superman.
This dude paid his dues.
This is why I like Superman because I just like overpowered characters. It's just something I've always gravitated to the idea that there are, especially
you're a weakling.
And more, it comes from somebody who read manga and watched anime before they really got into comic books. So,
what's your opinion on One Punch Man?
That's a whole different story because that's a whole.
I've never watched it, but everyone
it's
tells
a whole
me,
satirical.
Everyone tells me I would like it. They're like it's Superman, but they made him fun.
As somebody caught up with the
is that your
the
glasses?
manga,
yeah,
you gotta let people see on camera when you're doing that joke because you're looking at me and it looks like you're just like rubbing your eyeball.
Just rub my, not COVID safe. Oh, I can't say that.
You can say whatever you want because we're good. Go ahead.
But that's a whole satirical redo of superhero culture. He's like
I was playing with that. But go ahead.
He's like the most powerful person in the universe, but not everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
The reader knows that,
right?
And the people around him know that, but not everybody knows that. And there's people that are immensely strong in this universe as well, but it's not necessarily like about his struggles. You know, it's just a whole satirical redrawn how superheroes work, and that he's kind of, and his whole line is I'm a hero for fun, right?
Because he doesn't
everybody
really,
else is
he's
like
very
doing
unenthused when people want to fight him, right?
Yes,
because
he loves.
I think my cousin like showed me some of it, and it was cool. It's not like, again, you guys all know I don't like anime, but the idea of it was interesting. I like.
Well, it started as the weird thing is it started as a web comic, so it was drawn by a guy called One. That's a pseudonym, written in English. One, and
O-N-E.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. All capital.
Wow! Wow! Wow!
Wow! Wow! Wee! Wow!
Wow! Wow! Wow! Wow!
But shit, what was it? Yeah, he started with webcomics, and those are horribly drawn, like really rough.
I think his design's kind of off to me.
That's a product of being on the web design. But people love the story so much that they not only they give it an anime, they gave it a manga, like an actual official drawn.
How you follow a character that is so powerful?
It's not about him.
But he just like knocks people out.
You're missing the point of the story. He's the main character. He's the main character. He's not the protagonist necessarily. There's a bunch of other characters that we have to watch struggle around him. Like he's.
But see, that's almost like doing Superman right.
Let me give you an example.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, but you have to have the years of Superman to do Superman right. That's what I'm saying. Superman also has very interesting solutions to all the bullcrap they gave him early on. Like why he. I think I was talking to a buddy of mine. Why that he can carry a plane and without snapping.
Oh, all the physics and stuff.
The magnetic field.
And I think Superman is the most overrated superhero because he's like the superhero, right? He's been around for like the longest time. He's the quintessential. So of course he's overdone because he's been around forever, right?
The Jews made him. Sorry, that's my Borat. But the Jews did make him 2 Jew creators in a time where they needed a superhero.
Yeah.
So it makes sense why they made him the way he is, where he's like,
like I said,
he can't be stopped. But then as a reader with a bunch of other characters, then you're like, oh god. Because Superman in the movie made me feel like we don't need the Justice League.
It depends on the writers too, right?
Right.
Comics are heavy writer driven, right? You can have good writers and bad writers.
For me, the best Superman is a bad guy Superman, and that sucks.
I know, I'm not used to. I'm not used to
It's the best Superman.
that style of writing. That's why comics are
well,
weird.
like Superboy Prime, where he's like evil and stuff. It's a good super because
Well,
it's
that's
nice
a
to have a
whole-
big bad
Superboy
guy
Prime's
that's
a whole
powerful. Then you're like, how are we gonna beat
thing.
him? When it's a good guy, it's like, dude, he's just gonna help us out and win it all. But
Not always though. Like there are plenty of examples. That's what I'm saying. Like,
his Doomsday fight was really bad. Like I'm glad we're talking about this.
are we
This is
talking about in the
something-
movie?
just in the comic,
No.
where like they just kind of fly. He flies him up really high and just lands on him, and that's how he kills him. And then he
You
dies.
have to watch the Death of Superman, Reign of Superman at DC animated movie.
that. It's from the comic though. It
It's
copies
not
the
the
comic.
but that's not how it ends.
It does. I thought where he
No.
does the same thing where he flies him up and he lands on him.
No, if
Been a
I remember
while
correctly,
since I've seen that.
They're
they may
fighting.
have-
They fall into a memorial. Doomsday is there. Superman's there, and Lois is there. And Lois kind of says something, and right before Doomsday can turn anything, Superman uses all his strength, goes as fast as he can.
they
literally hits him as hard as he can, kills
before
him.
I lose,
But he
And
gets stabbed,
he's
doesn't
impaled.
he? Yeah, he's impaled by the.
before I lose my train of thought, it's funny because these are things that we don't get to bring up because Superman only is in Justice League or whatever right now, movie wise. They're getting their own show, but it's funny because in Superman 2, he catches Lois.
Hear what Jeff Johns said about Krypton?
All I know is Jeff Johns is in
What?
trouble for racist stuff now.
Jeff Johns allegedly was upset with Superman in the Krypton show. Superman's grandfather's black.
Oh, really? I
Really?
thought Krypton looked actually interesting.
Krypton. Is that a show?
It was on Sci-Fi.
Yeah,
It was like
Lobo's
it's
first live action appearance.
it's years before Superman, I believe, though.
No, it's not.
It's not.
No, it's pretty recent.
Like, how
he
recent?
dies when Krypton's. I mean,
Krypton's in the past.
Krypton's blowing up when he leaves.
Yeah, but Krypton's in the past.
Huh. Well, anyways.
Krypton's also like there are future characters that go into the past or some shit like that. It's like a whole
Well,
different thing. It's
anyways,
not
people
connected.
would always complain that Superman catching Lois at the speed she fell in his arms of steel would slice her like butter. and
Yeah,
stuff
that's
like
why
that.
he has an electromagnetic field around him.
But can't a hero control that though?
What?
I feel like the only way to get around that is a magnetic field. You have to create your own field around you to counteract
That's why
that.
the Flash isn't fast. He just controls the speed force.
So-
he controls
So
the-
it's like
the attribute of
Professor Farn's
news.
what is that?
I don't know
Light
who you're
speed
talking about.
from Futurama.
I don't watch Futurama.
Dude, back
Oh,
up.
but it doesn't matter. So he
I
has
got
this.
tired of the Simpsons. and
He
stuff like
has
that.
a
Futurama's so much better than Simpsons.
That's what I've
hyperspace speed thing, but all it does is actually moves the universe, not move them.
Huh.
which is like
Well,
theoretically possible.
Here's the big
I
thing though
guess.
for me.
And then they go through time, and then they're higher, and then they land.
Well, they build a time machine that can only go forward. At time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they did that one too.
And then so they go to the end of the world, and then it turns out when the whole universe ends, the new universe gets reset about an inch below the last one.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
No, there was at some point because they kept doing it over and over.
Uh-huh.
Because I think they missed it
kill
a few times. Yeah, they keep
Hitler,
like
and then-
Farn's even like, hold on, slow down out here.
Yeah. And then Fry has a tattoo of Bender on his butt cheek.
Yep.
That's the code to go to actually time travel.
Yeah.
But it's a paradox correcting time travel.
Yep. I
That
like how they
seems
ended
deep.
it.
Is it at the end of the season?
It's my favorite way to explain time travels. That like the universe will just be like, oh, there's two of you in the same place at one time. Well, I might as well just kill one of you.
Yeah. But
That's
at
weird.
the
I
end,
like the Family Guy where they merge sometimes together.
No, Family Guys.
They do kill
They
other
do
ones,
a
though.
bunch. There's a bunch of fucking
continuity issues.
yeah.
Mm. Okay, some other thing was we're going back to Superman. So Superman at the end of Justice League, this one shows that he got her pregnant.
This wasn't even on the roster for today, but
Yeah,
No,
let's
but
go
it's
for
just
it.
because we're talking about the Superman thing. So they showed the baby, whatever, the test. And I saw that. I don't know how anyone didn't pick that up. But at the end, they changed her carrying a bassinet. And
oh, I
you
didn't
could
even see that.
you could subtly hear Bruce saying, "Oh, by the way, congratulations." So they added it in barely, and that was supposed to be his whole story by the fifth movie. Batman's dead. 20 years later,
Yeah,
Superman's son is going to be... They take him here and say, your uncle would have loved you to be Batman. Okay, fuck all that. So, can Superman get Lois pregnant? Now, real quick, let me throw this out. This was a debate in a small scene in Mallrats.
I know. I've seen the movie. You made me watch the movie.
Excuse me.
It's a good movie,
but
but you made me watch the
Brody
movie.
is saying it's impossible. He couldn't get Lois pregnant. And then his homie, I forgot his name. People are going to kill me for being Kevin Smith fans and not remember his name. But Brody who's Jason Lee, is like, it's impossible. He's like, he would shoot at the rate of a shotgun.
Yeah, but you're thinking that that's how it would be.
Okay, but I'm quoting Brody here, or paraphrasing, that he would shoot through her stomach like a shotgun with his kryptonite, because our speed, his
we'll call
super
it that.
semen.
Oh, okay.
They say, I believe, all men have the same speed. We're all 200 or 26 miles per hour.
Full-on conversation when I'm on the podcast.
26 miles per
Let's
hour
get to the point.
is what we shoot. He's shooting probably way faster than
Yeah,
that.
but you also think he's shooting the same consistency and the same amount.
Well, and they were saying that he said it'd be like a shotgun through the back. And then he's like, or he'd have to wear a kryptonite condom, and that would kill him. And then he says, what about Wonder Woman? And he's like, maybe one, or he says, like, I think he says Wonder Woman maybe be able to handle it.
But yeah, she's
he's
able
like,
to handle
but
gods.
Lois is gets a tan. The kid could kick through it because it's the power of the Earth's sun. He said if Lois got a tan, the sun could just kick right through it if he's got Superman's powers. So my thing is, when they mention all that, it's funny that I thought the Mallrats conversation is, could he really, in this world, not in our world, in a comic book world, could he actually get a woman pregnant without the...
Yes. The only issue with that is genetic. If his genetics are able to merge with the other species, because they're technically not the same species.
I mean, I don't mean to get dirty
Considering...
here, but him slamming down on her, okay?
Well, yeah, but hold on. So,
because we're talking about how, like, you guys talked about the...
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, but
Would that magnetic force have to play into play?
You also can control how fast you are going naturally.
I'm going to point out...
he'd be able to do that, too.
Yeah, I'm going to point out... This shows... No offense to you. This shows how little you actually kind of know about Superman. Because he always talks about how, like, he feels like he's walking around in a glass world, right? He's... As a baseline, when he's Clark Kent, he's got to move more carefully than any of us could ever imagine, right? So he's used to that. He probably can play it off. You know, he's been having to live like that forever. That's why his fights with Darkseid are always so good, because he can let loose. That's another thing with Superman, is it's compelling that Superman can't always just let loose, you know? And that's what's compelling about a bad Superman, is because, it's cool to see Superman at full power, because that's what a bad Superman is. He's Superman at peak power, because...
Superman Deluxe.
You know, so, of course this is a weird conversation, but of course he'd be able to control his fucking thrusts.
Yeah, but the ejaculation speed
has to go through the bioelectric.
He can't control that, though.
He could
just like how we can't control our speeds.
Depends. He's a different species.
Well,
you know, theoretically, right? We can hold our breath for so long, but we have to take a breath eventually, right? He can hold his breath for way longer. You know, he can probably stop as hard. He could probably. We don't know. I mean, they don't explore this stuff in comic books. Right?
Well, I mean, they do in some things. I mean, that's a little graphic. But you'd have
to give me like an example of Superman,
Spider-Man,
blinking or something, right?
Spider-Man, they did that.
That's weird, though. That's a stupid story. I'm sorry.
It's
a
different story.
It's a dumb story.
It's not part of the canon. It's just an interesting story that he gives.
I don't think it's that interesting.
Mary Jane cancer,
but
because he's radiation.
But yeah. Tell me, Dr. Manhattan makes way more sense.
You can't even bring Dr. Manhattan.
You know what? I think Superman would make sense too,
dude.
Because the fact that Superman's able to take radiation and absorb it,
it's solar radiation, not necessarily.
But it's still
gamma or
But if we were hit with a solar flare, which is sun's radiation, correct?
But Superman doesn't. He absorbs energy, correct? But he doesn't dispel it.
We don't know that. He kind of does if he makes his own field.
Well, that's just when he's like a plant, right? So he absorbs solar energy and uses it for his bodily functions, correct?
Possibly.
The way he's expelling that,
he's probably get bodily functions. I'm like, wait, what is he doing?
Like
pooping?
Your heart. This bioelectric field is a, I would assume, is both a active and reactive function in his body that it is subconsciously around him at all times, but he can extend it consciously. It's like blinking. You can hold your eyes open, even though we blink all the time without thinking about it. You can hold your eyes open.
It's
like him.
Is it like when certain people use powers like Jean Grey and stuff, they have to focus, and the stronger the thing is, the more they have to focus on, or is it just subconsciously with Superman?
It just depends on who's telling the story, but I would sometimes, especially when your power.
Snake bit me.
I knew that was gonna happen. It's all these wires, man.
I think you do it quite often as well. You're just like,
yeah, you just like to hang up on the mic.
I'm moving around talking. We're talking about my enemy Superman, so I was just getting fired.
He's getting excited.
But Superman's also good because he's got Lex.
Again, DC has amazing villains.
Yeah.
I love DC villains.
Yeah.
I love their cartoons.
When we play HeroClix, like, I love playing DC villains.
But Superman and Lex have so many good back and forths of, like, they have, like, a...
To be fair, Lex has good back and forth with a lot of people, though.
But Lex has...
Not in the movie.
I know. But Lex has...
Fucking Jesse Eisenberg.
I love it because in the Death of Superman, he's talking... He's, like, going up there. Everybody's kind of like... Everybody who knows what Lex Luthor's about is kind of giving him weird looks. But he goes up there and he's like... I'm going to miss those late night talks we used to have on my roof. I'm like, those weren't positive talks, but you still probably enjoyed them, you son of a bitch.
He's like, Superman. Good.
He's going to miss...
Made my night a little
like
better.
It's like the Joker is in love with Batman. Batman completes him. So there's no... Lex talks about how he wants a world with no Superman, but when they want a world without Superman, there's no need for Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
No, I disagree a little bit, because I feel like Joker's more of that than Lex.
I know, but I think
Lex
Joker is more active on that, whereas Lex doesn't realize that.
Maybe.
Because Lex, there's no hope of Lex really getting rid of Superman, right?
No.
Yeah. So,
Winter Soldier, Falcon.
Okay, we got the DC out of the way.
We gave some DC some love. Talked about some of it. Crazy episode. I'm not even gonna recap like
it was more action based.
I'm not gonna
things going on, storyline progressing a little bit more with certain characters.
John Walker
is a baby
going down a path again. People are like,
he got his ass whipped by the door.
I'm upset.
That was this episode, right?
Yeah. People are like, I'm upset.
So many times I reference the episode.
I hate him, and I'm like, yeah, but like I said, I told you, everyone's like, that means he's doing a good job. I agree, but I told you, it doesn't matter how good the actor really is. Anyone taking Cap's role, people are going to be mad anyways.
Yeah,
but it does help to have a decent actor.
Okay, can I say something on that half? Yeah. Those people don't have to send death threats because he's not Captain America.
Yeah, that's
people
pretty jacked up.
I don't care.
I never understood
No.
that.
I don't go my little rant here. Just real quick.
Yeah, let's let him go. I love it.
I don't care how much people respect Cap, respect the comic book, respect anything. There is no excuse to send this guy a death threat because the reason you're sending him a death threat is you don't want to play Cap. He's not fucking Captain America. Comic book fans should know that. They should realize that.
They feel like he's just like.
I don't care.
I don't care. There is no excuse.
I don't.
Michael Keaton was getting death threats when he got.
Yeah.
When he was Mr. Nanny. Yeah. Was his last gig, and then he got Batman. It's nuts. But back then he got
this is
mail.
A whole different universe, right?
Well, a whole different time. Just
well, yeah. But this wasn't where comics were. Are they?
Were you gonna say something?
I know.
You start moving your hands and shit.
I forgot.
God.
But yeah, no. Anybody who's upset about this guy being Cap is a.
But like I said, I think anyone playing
I don't want them anything.
Anyone playing him, I just don't really like this guy as an actor. But he's still doing his job.
You just
he's not Captain America. He's John Walker Captain America.
Right. We call him just Bad Cap or New Cap or
because that's how he introduced himself.
Hear me out. I got a name you guys haven't heard before. What if we called him U.S. Agent?
US Agent.
I don't know if they're ever gonna call him that.
He's wearing the fucking costume, and there's gonna be a cap.
It's black. I want a black suit for him.
But he has the same pattern.
He probably will get it.
Here.
He has super soldier serum, so now he may want
to.
We lost Battlestar, which I was upset about. Because regardless
spoiler
how you feel about it.
He said he's not going through the recap.
I know, but like we could at least say the big twist.
But Battlestar...
Zemo almost destroys all the fucking vials.
Battlestar tells him, like, hey, if I had a chance, I would take it. And
Battlestar... I told you this, because I called you after the episode. Battlestar's a bad friend. He's completely oblivious to the mental breakdown of his friend.
Yes.
He's oblivious. No,
I don't think he really sees it,
no
though.
Excuses.
He has the biggest breakdown when he loses to the
if you guys are friends...
Wakanda Warriors.
If you're friends with somebody, I could tell. Like, if I'm looking at you, I could tell when you're distressed. I know when things aren't right.
I think no matter what, he knows there's pressure on him.
But they've been friends forever.
Not only that, but they're around each other constantly.
That's not how you respond to a friend.
They've worked with each other,
I think he knows that he's having a hard time.
But if somebody asks you that, you go, hey, what's up, buddy? You don't go, hell yeah, I'd take that fucking serum.
Well, maybe he thinks it's just a positive thing.
He's a bad friend.
Like, he's like... Because no one looks at this like it's a drug.
I'm not saying he's, like, plotting against John
They
Walker.
know Captain America has had this in
I know. I'm not saying he's plotting against John Walker. I'm saying by not realizing what condition he's in, Battlestar's a bad friend.
Yeah, because I don't think he's ever gone, like, hey, how are you handling the mantle? How are you handling
I think we've got a scene or so when he's just like, how you holding up or something.
Yeah, but like it's not beyond that, and maybe it's because like they're military guys or whatever. But it's like It's like seriously, like
but
they were friends
was
before the
disappointed
military.
because I
You
thought the
gotta
guy
have
was a
some-
decent actor. I like when C-list characters come around, and I want them to stay around. I hate things dying off, but
yeah, it kind of shocked me when he died.
we needed that
I was like, are you
for
sure?
John Walker. But back to
There was the
Actually,
scene
no,
where they cut
can
to
I-
it, and
the
I was like,
Wakanda fight, the Wakanda warriors
"What kind of fight
beat
was
the
first?"
shit out of Battlestar,
yeah,
right?
they
Yeah.
beat. No, he beat. They
They beat the shit out.
no. I
everyone.
don't think they beat. the shit out
Battlestar
of
was there.
Battlestar.
Yeah, he got knocked out first.
Yeah, but they didn't.
But they didn't embarrass him.
They didn't.
I'm sorry, they embarrassed John
Walker.
Walker.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She kicked the shield.
Best
out.
thing about it was like Falcon's like, we should help him. Bucky's like, you're looking good, John.
Mm-hmm.
Just like they don't like him. They don't.
Did
Like,
you know
again-
she could do that? Nope.
No.
Oh,
like, of
taking
course,
taking
but
off the arm.
Yeah, I like
she
how
does like
Bucky's-
almost like a nerve strike type of thing.
Yeah, but I imagine she's like pushing in a code or some
there's,
shit.
or there's probably codes
and
certain
this like
joints.
boom, just drops, and I was like, damn.
He's like, he's really disarmed, isn't he?
yeah. I enjoyed also. Wasn't this the one where Falcon talked to the girl?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was stupid.
It's part of Falcon. See, here's the thing: people are saying that what's going to come out of this. We learned that the perfect soldier had to be Captain America, but he also had to be
Yeah, I've seen that
a
picture
good human,
1,000
right?
times. That's not what
Right,
I'm talking
right.
about. Sam's a
So-
dummy.
So this dude is like a perfect soldier, but he lacks being a good person. I think we're seeing Sam is the good person, and he's trying to become a perfect soldier.
I
as
don't
well.
think he's a very good. I think he's.
Dude, Sam takes care of so many
I'm
people.
sorry, but
Dude, he's going after a terrorist.
yeah,
Like-
and she's at. It's not like she's on the line of being a terrorist. She, as
She
far as he
is,
knows,
but
the
she's
most.
doing it for good reasons.
No,
though.
you don't get it. No, you killed innocent
Dude.
people.
If you don't kill innocent people, you're fine. You're fine to do. You're fine if you want to if you want to go tea party on people.
Or you want to rob
Fine.
or burn, as long as you're not killing anybody.
I'm going to say that you may potentially have a good cause, depending on what it is. She is helping refugees after the snap, right? Or even before that, she's helping people try to get back up.
And that's
But the moment she kills someone, the moment that group kills someone, that's a
They
different
were-
story.
They were trying
But-
to save the right people.
But
though.
what I do like is that they at least care about individuality as a person. Because when Battlestar died, they're like, they did probably feel something. They're like, oh fuck, not like oh we're fucked kind of way. Like oh
we never want this.
we
to get
never
this
wanted
far.
that to happen.
Yeah.
You know, kind of a thing.
But that I feels like this Carly chick's just dragging these people along with her at this point. Like she's the radical.
I think
one.
she's.
It shows what Zemo's talking about though.
Zemo's the best part of this episode. That whole
Zemo's the
speech-
best
Zemo's
part
the
of
best part
this
of the whole
series.
series.
But when he calls her a supremacist, when he has that whole sit down where
Yes.
she wants to be a super soldier. Anybody wants to be a super soldier, supremacist. I'm like, why do you have to be evil and be so fucking right? Like
'cause-
Zemo has said, in my opinion, Zemo has said so many just quick lines that are so interesting about like he's right. Like talking
Yeah.
about this philosophical deep what's the meaning of a supremacist? It's like we really get to know how Zemo thinks. You know, I don't really feel
Well,
like
I was saying, Baron Zemo is coming across as like an anti-hero almost now.
Well, I told you they're gonna
I'm
bill him as
saying, could this step up for him being a quote unquote hero for Thunderbolts?
That's what I said.
Because Thunderbolts, he was dressed up as Citizen V, a hero, created his own team, and they were doing not the greatest things as heroes though, and getting recognition for it. I almost feel like he's gonna get a pardon at the end of this. Like Ross is gonna come in or something and be like, "You did good for the country. You helped save all this."
Yeah, I said that. Like remember I said that to you like the second.
Was
episode.
it recorded?
No, so you
documented?
just try to cop my idea in front of everybody.
No, that wasn't recorded. But no, I mean, I think something like that and I think also Marvel pays attention,
Well, yeah.
and I think they see Zemo love like crazy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't
it's
think they're
like-
just gonna fucking. I don't think
There's
they're gonna.
no way
they're not
to
gonna
just not
audible the
have-
end.
Yeah.
The mask is dope. The jacket's dope.
He's
the
dope.
persona's dope.
The way he holds himself, the swag.
dance is dope.
The way he
Like,
talks is dope.
he's very
What he has to say
sophisticated.
is
Yes.
dope.
Yeah.
Very smart.
And it's just they're fighting. He just grabs his
And
wine and
he's-
shuts the door.
Yeah.
Dude, he's even good with like. He pulled an El Chapo on us,
He could play off.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he's very good with Sam, and he's very good with Bucky.
He could
He's
play
like
off
good both of
everybody.
them, and they're
He could
great
play off
together.
everybody in it.
I don't think they're gonna make him. I don't think he's ever gonna be a hero, but I do think they're definitely leaning into the Thunderbolts route.
I think it was kind of odd that Sharon seemed more in the clear for me that she's popped up out of nowhere near the end, and she's like, "We got Walker on da 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 da." Like she was already surveilling him, I guess. Like put something on him, like a Spider-Man thing that he used to use to follow people. So clearly, I never knew she was still working with him because when they left,
Isn't she on the phone with the power broker at one point though? Or should
I don't think we know.
I think somebody comes up there and says, "Oh, we got a message from the power broker."
Yeah,
which doesn't mean she's not the power broker.
She could work for him,
but I still think that's a cop out.
But
maybe that's a. We'll talk about that later, I guess.
But like I said, her doing it and how Falcon has it on his wrist looked pretty dope. I think it was Falcon, and it showed where he was, and he's like, "We got Walker," and they had to take off and leave in the middle of that other fight because whatever, where they were trying to find Walker or whatever. But and it was cool to kind of. That just threw me off, but it was kind of cool to have Wakanda there for that little bit. And fuck, dude, that Walker scene just...
He also couldn't pull the spear out of the wood.
And then he was just sitting there going like, I lost. Like, he kind of like narrated like, they didn't even have super soldier powers. Like, yeah.
I'm going to argue with you about how possible that is. I'm going to cut him some slack for that because it's an awkward angle.
Yeah, no.
You know,
yeah,
he's got his arm in there and he's like,
But even then, probably just the sheer fact that she came in and made it easy.
She threw it right in between the shield. Embarrassed him. And that's big, you see it on his face. It's a big point of his
That's why I don't
character.
think we needed to lose his homie to rage him. Because that enough could have raged dude. Like, dude, you couldn't even handle those girls.
No, it was a different kind of broken. It wasn't an angry broken. It was a I am not worthy broken.
Though I guess if I was in this universe, I got my butt kicked by them, I'd be like, where are they from? Wakanda? Nah, that makes sense.
And now that...
like, I need to train like a Wakandan person.
Yeah, there's like no...
That's what I would like think. Like, I need to fight better.
And he also saw them take out Bucky.
Well, they joined later. They watched,
but they didn't really take out Bucky too. It's not like they just
toy soldiered or toy storied him.
Yeah,
yeah. I love those memes.
The memes.
But yeah, it's not until his buddy died that's the breaking point.
Woody?
So again,
because like earlier in the show, he was talking about Afghanistan and how it sucked to lose all those people, and you saw him get frustrated, and of course now he lost his buddy in this war. This is his new
buddy
war.
That's been for
his
a while.
Bad friend.
Yes, I will agree.
Now Zemo crushes the
vials.
All but one
in this episode, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I swore Zemo was gonna swoop him up, and I'm like, Thunderbolts.
No, I'm so glad he destroyed him.
It makes more sense.
It's way better for his character.
It makes sense.
You know,
he's already been talking about it too.
I think they would have just spat.
Well, he shot in the face that was making him already. Yeah. So it made no sense.
And they made points that he hates that thing.
Yeah.
Except for when it comes to Bucky. I don't think he actually... He kind of veered around that question. But I think it's because he's realized Bucky's
way different.
But Bucky is way different.
He's way different than anything.
Because he was mind control for most of it, and now
oh my God, back to that. That was a very powerful scene for me. When he's in Wakanda, and they're trying all the fucking words with him, and then he's crying. That hit me. Like, I didn't cry, but... I didn't cry. No, but I didn't cry, but it was so strong. And seeing him break down crying, like, I'm free. Like, I was like, oh, that's such a cool moment. Because these are things we don't get to see.
I bet they shot that scene in the director's backyard. And it's like
probably
fucking home fire pit.
We're going to get the fire pit over here. No, but I was like, wow.
You guys want lemon squares?
Something we...
Get out of here, Sherry.
Speaking of food.
Does anyone have orange slices?
I ate graham crackers with chocolate while we were watching that scene.
Anybody got?
What does that guy do?
I don't know. I just thought about it because I was like, remember watching that scene. I was like, tastes chocolate. Oh yeah, I had icing and graham crackers.
I want vanilla with my graham crackers. I'm mad it's chocolate.
Hella bomb too.
Anyone want some juicy juice?
Confetti. Confetti's good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Any little bits of
candy. What's sad is this is a fat kid coming out, but I can grab a spoon and go.
I could do that with mayonnaise. That's how fat I am. But yeah, that scene was just like, wow. Like, it's cool. Like, we didn't get to see this.
Like, wow.
When next time we see him, he's free already. So it's wow, 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 wow.
Wow.
But yeah, then we get, the vial that was missing, and he grabs it. How did you take it?
Just swallowed it.
Dude, I don't think it worked.
It's weird.
Suppository.
Some girl on, Dave sent me TikTok, and it shows, everyone's wondering how he did it. I'll tell you what, he shoved it up his ass. I don't know, because like I said, everyone, like with Cap, he was in a safe environment with a great scientist. I was a good man, and for them to do it with him, it was a big thing, but it was all safe. With you doing it on your own, like a junkie,
the guy talks about it. He I perfected it and I finished it and I simplified it.
Yeah,
but what does that mean?
That you probably
just tie up your arm and
he
shoot
literally
up?
says no muscles, no nothing. Because he's talking about just giving it to people. So it's
So
like,
are you shooting it up? Are you
basically,
swallowing it?
I'm assuming you would
somebody
be,
just puts
'cause-
it, you could just take a hypodermic needle and you could just inject it into yourself.
I
'Cause I
was
don't
hoping
think
to
you
God
can-
he was going to try to save his friend, and then both like split it, like give
but
him a little bit of vial.
he had already used it before.
No.
No, he
Yeah.
used it, but no, he
Yeah.
didn't, because he got his ass whipped by the girls.
No, after the girls, he uses it,
yeah,
and
you
then
might be right.
Blastar dies. He's used it by the time Blastar dies.
I think you're right, because after
You know,
that he
he's-
runs after
'cause-
the guy, right?
and he's
after.
just
Oh,
beating
yeah.
the crap out. He throws him into a wall and crap like that. Like it's
That's
already
true.
he's already taken it, and then Blastar dies, and that tips him over the edge.
But
so it's all
I don't.
off screen.
It can't be anything you would throw in your mouth unless the vial was able to be degraded.
Like I said, it's probably just an injection.
I'm assuming so. I think that's what maybe
'Cause
he can just bite it off and drink it. I don't know.
This
I don't fucking know.
Gatorade.
All we know is it's been simplified, and
Yeah.
you don't have to get the big muscles anymore. It's not all like.
That's
Doesn't matter-
just
And
weird.
I like. I mean, you
Do
knew it was
really-
coming.
Did you really expect this girl playing Carly Morgan to exercise as much as fucking Chris Evans did for?
No, but to me it's just weird.
Because he is huge in that first movie. At least,
Yeah. When he gets out and she's touching his pecs and shit, he's like a monster.
but it's like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Maybe that's just the initial pump.
And
you
I know they CGI'd to make him skinny, right?
No, that was a different actor.
No, but
they put his
but
face
they put
on
his
it,
face
right?
on. Yeah,
Yeah.
that whole time.
You can see the guy that plays him. It's really funny. I feel bad for the guy because he's really that tiny.
But like,
But
when
his face
when,
is
when he comes out of there, I was
somewhat
like,
the same shape.
It kind of makes it a little awkward at times because a lot of people were trying to like joke about how bad it was, and it is a little awkward, but it worked for me. The
They
movie
did
because
what
it's
they
not
could.
long.
I didn't even notice it. Like I said,
They did what they could. It's just a head size,
Yeah.
head to neck ratio, shoulder ratio. It was like big ass fucking head on a baby body.
Yeah. So not much. You know, people are thinking Ross is the power broker. Then people are thinking Mandarin could be power broker, which would be cool because it could tie into Shang-Chi, but I don't think they will.
here, have a ring.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming you guys don't have no guesses yet, but
I do have
No.
no guesses.
But why are we talking about that? Why not talk about what happened at the end?
well, that's the last part we're going to talk about. But I just was saying that we still haven't got enough clues for the power broker yet.
No.
The end is nuts. Everyone was like, "Wow."
Stop. He's already dead.
People are saying, the most brutal scene in the MCU TV series. Would
Yeah,
you say
There's only like 2 official MCU TV series.
correct? Would you say it's up there for one of the most brutal in the MCU
Universe in
no.
general?
movies?
Are we talking about brutality in terms of gore, or are we talking about brutality in terms of action?
Take it how you take it.
I
how you
would say
want.
mainly more brutality on
Thanos
action.
fucking rewound time just to pull a fucking stone out of a dude's
It's
head.
a robot. Bro.
He just it's a synthezoid.
this dude had a
Synthezoid?
fucking shield and just chomping the dude's neck off.
That's pretty savage. Just
I don't know how his face or neck looked
or
after
responding to most brutal thing is responding to Scarlet Witch with I don't even know who you are.
that. Yeah.
That's pretty savage. That's pretty brutal.
I think it's
I'm
more
talking about brutal
savage,
as in beating someone to that much.
physically brutal.
Well, it doesn't get that violent.
Yeah, because this is the only time we've ever seen that amount of
So what do
violence
you, like,
come out of.
They had to cut away and not show.
That's what I'm saying. How am I supposed to compare anything to this scene in the
Well,
Marvel
they would
universe
say
when
if-
this is clearly one of those violent, pure violent. I'm talking about
If
when you're talking about brutality.
if you would
it's more
talk
than
the Nolan Joker when he does the pencil trick, there's a lot of quick editing, so you don't see things.
yeah,
But
that's
people
not the
still
mo-
think
that's not
it's
the
very
most,
brutal.
That's not the most brutal thing in that movie, though. He sticks the knife in their mouth, and it's
He doesn't
fucking-
cut them though.
I know.
I
but
would
Well,
have to
that's
I
say
think
still
he might do
brutal.
gamble, but they cut away.
I would say the most brutal is death-wise that what Joker caused, putting the phone in the dude's stomach.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty brutal. Or having the 2 buddies go, "Hey, one of y'all gotta leave."
Or having tryouts.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like those are pretty savage and pretty brutal, but more on like psychological level on some of those. Minus the dude blowing up from the stomach.
Well, I was thinking like Marvel doesn't really have a lot of brutal scenes where it's like
No, because
someone. Okay, I'm gonna go back because if we go to Netflix, it's a lot different. Because Punisher in jail, he's like biting people's fucking jugulars.
Isn't he
out.
also like when he fights Fisk, he just beats the shit out of him?
No,
is this the same universe?
What am I thinking
I
of?
don't
He just
know,
beats, he
dude.
just
I don't
beats the
think
fuck
so.
out of somebody.
If it's not the same universe, then
They
It
don't-
may be because we're supposedly getting Matthew Murdock.
But I heard they're gonna bring in Punisher, but they're gonna like redo him basically, which is
timeline,
annoying.
man, people going back in time.
But they do all the other like Daredevil. They talk about like the attack on New York. Luke Cage talks about
They call it like
Hulk
they
and
call it like the incident or something.
Hulk and Abomination fighting in Harlem, which happened in the early Hulk movie. So it's like they all connected it to it, but the movie's never connected to them.
Yeah.
So it's just really weird. But if you want to go there, there is a lot of brutal, like Kingpin putting a dude's head in the door.
Oh my god, that is the most brutal scene.
Because he just head right there and just slamming it. And
I haven't seen either one of them yet.
I highly recommend
that scene's incredible.
I
don't have Netflix.
Well, now they're on.
They do a great job with Bullseye.
Are they? They're on.
I don't think they're on
Plus?
Disney.
Ouch.
I think there's like a 1-year non-competing agreement or whatever.
Bullseye's sick.
He's sick.
Better than the movie.
Amazing. Oh yeah, I like the movie one. He's just a little over the top, but
this one's way cooler because you get it. This one's perfect.
This one's
you get
like
to see a man. It's a lot like the John Walker thing where you just see a man slowly, like he's a little bit crazy.
Then he gets more nuts.
I mean, he did kill somebody with a baseball, but that's beside the fact.
But yeah,
in the comics, he did just because he could, right?
Yeah.
What an ass.
And Kingpin's amazing in it. Kingpin's a great villain.
So
Bullseye's really good in that Dark Avengers comic.
I like this shot with the blood on the shield.
It's a crazy ending.
Good picture.
I mean, it's a good.
I like his face. Like it's kind of a fuck all, I don't give a fuck kind of a face. Like not like oh I fucked up face.
This is all those motherfuckers sending me death threats.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I
more
think
power to him then.
I'm excited for the next episode, which will be tomorrow night.
You're also probably gonna have that terrorist chick be a little more low key.
Yeah,
because she's gonna go. Oh, but if he gets to me, I think the government. I'm dead.
I don't know where Shield's
at.
Is Shield even
that
a
is
thing?
Yeah, she probably like that's aggression.
Yeah,
that's terrorism.
But I think people are gonna step in and be like, maybe we gave
nothing beats a terrorism
or Shield to the wrong person.
No, they may side with that. No, the government's too powerful.
Because there's a scene. Isn't there like a? Didn't they release like a sneak peek trailer recently? And there's a scene. Can I say that?
Even though it's out. It's out there.
They talk to him. They're like, we don't want to do this. You guys don't want to do this. And they're like, yeah, we do. And
when Walker's like,
I guarantee that's the scene they take the shield from him.
Walker's telling
when they fight him.
Falcon and Bucky like, you don't want to do this. I'm like, bitch.
That's what they say. They're like,
yeah, it's going to be an homage to Civil War fight.
That's what I said. That's when they're going to take the shield.
To me, Walker though, trying to be hard with him now, where he's like, I killed someone. I'm a super soldier. I'm like, dude, Bucky's killed
like. He's taking down governments and stuff
Falcon's
like that.
nothing to be shy about. So when they're like,
he's fighting.
You guys don't want to do this.
Batroc the Leaper or whatever. Batroc the Leaper? I don't know why I
like Bucky just looks up. He's like, yeah, we do. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, he gonna get fucked up. If John Walker gets messed up by them, which I think he will, he's gonna be on a huge downward spiral. They're gonna take. He's gonna lose the shield possibly, and then people are gonna be like, how'd you lose the shield? And then I don't know what's gonna happen next with him. If he's just gonna be like,
his wife's gonna leave him.
His kids leave him.
I don't know if he has kids.
His dogs are gone.
How old is this John Walker?
I don't know.
I would have to say probably 30s.
He's still a little old to be Cap.
To me, it seems like he's just gonna be like a renegade and just be like
renegade,
obsessed with taking them down. After that, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. A new character's coming. They said. I hope it's no tricks.
He's played by. So who do you think the actor is?
Who do I think the actor is? People think it's She-Hulk. Why would she be there? I have no idea. They think
to defend John Walker.
They think she'll be there prior to.
I think she's a prosecutor.
They think she'll be
because Matthew Murdock's a defender. He's a defense attorney, and she's the. But that's like that. Yeah. And supposedly he's going to show up in her
episode
series.
5.
That's his.
Does she have a series coming?
She supposedly does.
Yeah, she does. No, sure.
Did we talk about that like a long time ago?
Yeah, and then Daredevil, I believe, is announced for that series. So I assume they're just going to keep that and have them go against each other in a court case.
Yeah.
Because one of them is a defender. And that's like the whole thing is he's a defense attorney. He's a founding member of the Defenders, you know. He's looking after the little people. He always talk. He's got like a Harvard education, right? But
what are you looking at?
This article says Falcon Winter Soldier episode 5 cameo can fix what WandaVision got wrong. I don't know. But I was just seeing what people were like writing on the internet.
I can't remember because I asked this question. I said if we have one character show up, I can't remember who we all said. I think I said.
I think we all kind of.
I think I said Captain Britain, and I wanted the Psylocke version because they were in Madripoor.
But right now, it's.
I don't remember what I said. May not say anything. I don't know.
Right now, it's something that has to be.
Wolverine would be cool, but it'd be little.
It won't be Wolverine.
No, it won't be Wolverine. Never.
This article
unless
says
they found a perfect
it's not
Wolverine.
who you think it is.
it's Martin Short as Everett K. Ross again.
It can't. It's. I believe it's said that it's
Where
gonna.
is-
It's someone who's never been in the MCU.
Never been in the MCU.
Where is Martin Short?
It's a well-known actor. It says.
Yeah, who and a character that's part of it all. So it's part of the universe that's probably already been.
I'll be mad
of.
if it's another like Wakanda like person. Just because I want to branch out further.
That would be dumb. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
Just because
Storm.
I mean, people think it's Eternals characters possible, but like, why would
Black
you show?
Knight?
Why would you show up in right now in the middle of
I don't know. That's
a super
weird-
soldier?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone really doesn't have
Red
an
Skull
idea.
comes back.
But he's been.
Oh,
in
he's
it.
been in it. Yeah,
That's the
never mind.
hardest thing is people
He's
that
been
have
in
been
two of them.
Yeah.
by two different
How did he return
actors.
this stuff?
Really?
Well, the one that was at the mountain or whatever for the soul stone.
Yeah.
That wasn't Hugo Weaving. He was done. He hates Marvel.
Oh.
He's like,
I like Hugo Weaving though.
He seems like a dick in real life. It's
You're a
someone I
dick
would never have expected
real
to be in the MCU. It's someone I personally am a huge fan of. Everyone is way overdoing it. It's not talking about it anymore until after next week. That's what some guy wrote. I just
Omega Red.
don't see
I
it.
don't know who, like, outside of the Power Broker making his debut. Like, it's got to be the Power Broker. Right?
Someone said, what did it say? He told Comic Book that he's most excited about.
Mr.
Who's just the
Negative?
writer? 5. Hands down 5. It just gets real, he said.
All right,
At 5,
Oz-
you're going to cry.
All right. I got you. You know who's the Power Broker?
Who?
Osborn.
Dude, there was a rumor. I watched a video, and they were saying that Osborn is the Power
Really?
Broker. Someone had that theory.
That's
and
my
that
theory.
that would be really smart to bring him all in.
Because he could also say,
And also, the Goblin Serum could be a beginning of Soldier Serum. Are you okay? Are you part of the conversation? little
I'm
guy?
listening.
yeah, maybe John
People are
Walker.
going to be like, is he special? He's over here looking at
Yeah.
us.
I wonder if John Walker goes and works for the Power Broker at the end of all this. He's like, I got
It
nowhere else
says,
to go. so I might
don't
as well."
worry, though, as this isn't just another case like Paul Bettany trolling us. That's what I was worried about. Because I get excited for new characters. I don't care if it's a D-list character. I just want to see more Marvel people. I would say Squirrel Girl or something is fine with me even, but I just am tired
I
of
would
Squirrel Girl.
really not like to see Squirrel Girl.
Unless it's, what's her
The
name?
AT&T chick.
Oh, she got cast as her, but during COVID, I think they abandoned that. She's great. I would watch it for her, but chick from Pitch Perfect, I'm drawing a blank on. I really like her a lot. She's a good actress.
Cups chick.
Yeah.
Andrea Kendrick?
Anna Kendrick.
Anna.
Anna
There you
Kendrick.
go.
She's a really pretty girl. You ever see her like just talk on shows and stuff?
Yeah.
She's really chill, dude.
Yeah.
Really chill.
Really
dude.
chill, you know? If I wasn't
like,
married,
fucking
we'd probably
gets
hang
it.
out and just be cool, you know?
Platonically.
We just drink Capri Suns, you know, and talk about the world.
How many more episodes do we have of this?
We have one after this one.
Only one more
So-
episode of the podcast.
No.
Oh.
This season hasn't even begun. Oh, I mean, who knows? Unless Lucas like breaks up with us and takes all the equipment, and then I close these doors down and say rent's too damn high.
What
But-
happened to that guy? What if he's still around?
The black dude, the
Mhm.
priest. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone's kind of out there. I just was kind of. I guess I should have done this before the show to see what everyone was thinking, just because we're all kind of like, But I think, like they said, maybe we're overdoing it. But it's just would be cool, or to set up a future story of like Armor Wars and stuff. Like Don Cheadle.
Osborn.
Don Cheadle was cool in the first episode for no reason. We didn't get no warning.
But I'm fine with that. That's all I needed of Don Cheadle.
Yeah, I like that.
It just fills
It
out
was
the
cool.
but it fills out the universe.
Because it's part
it's
of
like, yeah, Don Cheadle would be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Because because one, he's a military. 2, Tony's dead. Right? And now Cap's MIA, basically, right? So
That's the thing is, where's Old Man Cap?
it's on the moon.
He's on the moon, dude.
Chilling
Being a
with
piece
Black
of
Bolt.
shit. Fuck that Cap.
It's weird because House M,
Oh,
when everyone got what they
Oh.
wanted, Old Man Cap
Oh.
stayed old. He got to live his life.
it's coming to me. It's coming to me. I'm seeing something. I think that maybe we
Are we in the splash zone? Should I put a when Shamu
No, it's
was
in the
up-
psych, though.
Oh, you
He's
said it's
like-
coming to me, and I was like, oh shit.
He's like, oh, he touches the side of his head. No, but I think we might get an Inhuman now that I think about it. There was already the idea that Terrigen bombs were going to be in this, right?
They have to set it up because Miss Marvel's coming out, but she's going to be in Captain Marvel too.
But which one? Who do we get? Quake?
She's
Crystal?
She's already been cast.
Crystal?
No, Quake is in Shield.
Yeah, Agents of Shield, which is like canon.
Shield. I don't see. I don't
But
like
she's
that.
not. They're not gonna. That Robbie Reyes better not show up ever again.
I love that Robbie Reyes.
I don't care for that Robbie Reyes. I think he sucks.
I haven't seen Shield.
Watch just the Ghost Rider stories. It's
but
dope,
why can't we
dude.
just have a kid, like a young kid, like a kid like who's 16?
Robbie
drives
Reyes
a
is
car?
a 16-year-old.
He's not like fucking 35, whatever.
He's
that
an
guy was.
older dude. Read the comic because he has a
I
younger.
don't think he is.
He has a younger brother that's in high school that he takes care of. That's paralyzed.
And he's probably like 24.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry, Ernie.
Could throw a huge wrench. It'd be funny if they threw Dakin. I'd be interested in that.
But for what?
I don't know. Just
That's
a psychopath.
stupid.
That's the biggest thing is you got to think, why would this person show up in the middle?
Yeah.
We're in a tense part of the show right now. Why would they show up?
Out of nowhere. Well, they would
Like
show up because
Darkhawk. Darkhawk just walks in. It's like, it makes no sense.
they would have to show up because
Crystal.
My
what?
wife?
Yes. My wife.
My wife.
No, Crystal the Inhuman. Because she's like a surface, like ground level. She sets up and fills up into the Fantastic Four, correct?
Sweating like a
Yeah,
pig.
you look disgusting. I really hope we edited that out of the podcast.
No, I want it in there. I want people to know how hard I work.
You don't work that hard. You're
Sitting
just
here?
really overweight.
damn, he's just going at
No,
you.
now I'm leaving it because people can know how you treat me. Like, I wonder how he treats him off camera. You're smacking me like, get out of here.
Yeah,
I
that's
have been
what I'm
told
doing.
that we're a little mean to you,
Yeah, see?
but fuck you, Ernie.
Fight the power. But anyways, I don't know. Anyways, I'll just leave it as that. We don't know. Osborn's your guest. That'd be great, but
Or an Inhuman.
I mean, we did get
Think-
Jonah Jameson.
I think those are really likely.
I'm just really
an Inhuman?
excited to watch the episode because of everything that's been built up, how the last one ended, and I'm gonna be sitting there ready to watch it at midnight.
You got to answer a question for me about Crystal, though, right?
Moon Knight?
Crystal. She marries Johnny Storm, right?
I don't think so.
Then how does Johnny Storm become the Inhumans? Who does he marry? Isn't it Black Bolt and Medusa's daughter, which is Crystal?
Dude, I don't know. Maybe you're making me look bad for my comic people.
But
Yeah, I thought you were the comic book guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not the greatest.
But
Okay, so you want
could say-
Crystal.
but basically, you could, if they're planning on ending this,
Why would
This-
Crystal come in the middle of the?
because if I'm not mistaken,
You gotta look
she
at
has
connections.
relations to Shield.
You gotta look at connections to the Super Soldier
Okay.
Serum that who would come. D-Man, Demolition Man, D-Man, who looks like Daredevil, and he's basically Kite Man of the Marvel universe until they make him Scourge. But
Absorbing Man.
D-Man gets injected by the Power Broker, and
See, that sucks.
but he's like,
That's a boring answer.
I'm a wrestler or
That's a
something.
boring answer.
But that could be what happened. We just see someone.
I'm just throwing it out there that Cap may be actually on the moon, and that using the Inhumans would be easily able to tie back over to Fantastic
I've
Four.
heard they want Chris Evans to come back already, and I think I'm okay with that. It's just Robert Downey Jr. is the one that we can't really bring back.
Yeah,
But it is comics,
because
but
he's dead, and he should stay dead.
well, for the sake of the movie being the bookend of the movie, it started with him, it ends with him, makes sense. Do I want him back? Of course. Because Avengers 4, they said it's going to be a little
Give me
odd
at least
lineup.
4 phases before he comes back. When he's like 97 years old.
When I'm like dead.
You really think they're gonna keep going on with these movies for that fucking long?
If they keep making money. There's so many stories to be told, so many characters. Look at this phase that we're just coming up to right now. Eternals and all this shit. There's no Avengers in that lineup at all. So it's like we have no Cap, no Iron Man steering it, and they're still going to be probably making money from it. We just had a WandaVision fucking show.
What if Blade
You
shows
could have
up?
never tell me Blade is going to show up. Now, I don't know about that. On this, Blade's going to come, but I think in the multiverse.
Is that a threat?
Yeah. But I mean, you couldn't have told me when Iron Man first came out, like, yeah, one day we're gonna get a WandaVision TV show. I'm like, bullshit,
Yeah,
bullshit, Grandma.
You can't do that. Oh my god! But what if Wesley Snipes ever comes back to play alternate universe Blade?
They said he's open for it.
I'm down.
He's good, but you know,
He's an
his
asshole.
work ethic.
Can I request something? We can cut this out of the podcast.
No, I'm leaving it in. Go ahead.
Sexual favors are always welcomed.
I actually ended up needing to use the restroom
Oh,
like a real hypocrite, and I'd like to take my jacket off. Can I get up and take my jacket off and use the restroom?
Yes. Oh. That's what we thought of Cap and Falcon. We can't guess.
I like how soft you came in. On
we
that.
can't. We well, because
So soft.
things change, man.
Yeah, man.
Declan had to go pee and it ruined my vibe.
Yeah, it's on me, guys. I'm sorry.
But that's where we're at. We're yelling out names, but I don't know. I'll go with D-Man.
You go with D-Man?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll go Osborne and
go on Wikipedia
Inhuman.
if you don't know who D-Man is. He ends up being pretty badass, I think, later on. But Scourge. But
It's going to be Bob.
Then we had the Loki trailer that we kind of just kept under radar for a while. It was like last week, but I don't know.
Yeah, I just watched it today because I didn't realize another one
barely
that came
watched
out.
it.
Barely watched it.
You turned it on. You always tell me you watch things, and now I don't know to trust you because I've seen you.
All right, so
watch
it depends
things
what
that I
I'm
tell
doing.
you.
I noticed that, too. Now you don't believe me when I say I've watched things either. Because you were asking me, you're like, oh, yeah, what happens in the movie? And I was like,
Yeah, I'll quiz you guys now because a lot of times I can tell you guys are just like, get off my back.
But you're like, hey, Declan, have you seen this movie that came out like 5 years ago? Yeah, I did. 5 years ago.
Doesn't matter.
Dude, I don't retain. If I watch something, I'm probably not going to remember
from
or
all the
retain.
hard drugs.
Yeah, so
No.
Like, oh, you remember Star Wars when you were young?
The
I mean, I
eight.
did.
Maybe it's just because it's not like, oh, I need to focus on every single little thing. Like, I'm going to watch it.
But you can remember things.
I can remember some things. But I'm not going to remember the Loki thing. I did watch some of
You
it.
played the Loki thing.
I was listening
Turn around
to it.
and started setting up your lights.
So most of the time, I listen to things, and I actually can retain a lot through listening. But
a
that
lot of
I
it's in the
was-
visual, though.
Yeah, that's what I realized. I was like,
luckily,
whatever.
there's not many Easter eggs in the trailer.
Except for maybe Black Widow, maybe?
People are saying it's not Black Widow.
Now, you were
I
asking
forgot what
me,
they said.
or you mentioned something in the notes, I think, about does this explain the time? Like, should the gems have been replaced then if he goes back? Or does it? My theory with all this shit is that the moment you break the initial cycle of something, that creates another goddamn multiverse universe.
In the trailer, there's a line, and no one sees my fingers, but there's a line, and it shows these curves, and those are basically what Owen Wilson's telling him. I can't get. Take
I
Owen Wilson.
forgot he's in this.
He's just like, you got to see these
He's Mobius.
Mobius, correct. And there is a Mobius effect they talk about. That I heard that from
You know what a
Endgame.
Mobius strip is, too?
Maybe he calls it the Mobius. It's
A Mobius strip is a
Tony Stark is trying to figure out how to travel through time
You can build one of these on your own, but they're like
with connects
it's like a metaphysics.
with Legos.
It's like a sort of metaphysics.
With
No, it's like
Lincoln
paper.
logs?
Like paper. It's just
Oh.
a loop. And then if you
origami.
if you cut the middle of the loop and you open it, it won't fall apart. But if you cut the middle of the loop again, it will turn into two. It's like this whole weird anomalous shape. It's like one of those fourth dimensional
So
shapes.
you're
I was
building
talking about.
when you're building a boat.
What?
When you're building a boat, rebuilding is it that same boat?
Oh my god. I guess that's like a philosophical question. I guess.
No,
is
wait.
metaphysical,
Yeah,
but-
so
That's a callback.
he's a Mobius. But no, the thing is, it's like he shows him that all these branches have been breaking,
yeah, I got
and he's like an agent of this place now.
Yeah, I got two observations in this trailer, and they're kind of related to that.
Mhm.
One is, I think they call him, I can't remember what they call him, whether it's an anomaly or a variable. But they mention he's something, which means in my mind that he is one of those weird characters in fiction that there's, especially when
all the mystery characters that we never knew.
or whenever there's a time cop. The time cop's always somebody who's like
Here-
been pulled from the timeline. So he's like
Yeah.
he's like a separate entity.
Let me throw something at you. I've heard people saying that what if these are different Lokis that we're seeing going
no,
through
I still think it's only
different times?
one. I think it's only one. I think it's because they call him an
Because
anomaly.
they think the
'Cause I
person in the
think he's-
hood is the girl Loki.
Loki can transform into a girl.
No, but the secret one that's hunting him and stuff in the trailers.
Sure, that could be a Loki from another time. We are going to follow the same Loki through this, and I think that this Loki is going to be like an outside universe character.
And
Basically,
what-
he's broken outside the universe. My second observation.
I'm letting you go.
My second observation was they have that those big brass faces, right?
Right, they're the
How-
council. They showed pictures of them on the comics. I looked at them.
Okay, so I thought because I think I heard about the council because the council, but isn't the council like a bunch of people, right?
Well, there's the three main ones that created the council
Okay.
to keep track of time, but people are hinting that maybe one was Kang, and that would be kind of relevant with him being.
I guess that throws
out
at everything I theorized about because I love theorizing.
I mean,
When
it's
people
up in
explain this shit, already, it's always like,
everything's up in the air, so we don't know if they're following it.
I wish it would have been Living Tribunal.
There's
There's three faces. They're on a giant gold thing. Why
Living
can't it be?
Tribunal is like the front face, two side faces.
Yeah, that's what the thing is.
Yeah.
I don't
guess.
know,
But
and
that's
it's a
more of a
live.
judgment thing.
But
he is being judged.
The Living Tribunal is
yeah.
like the supreme entity, right? It's like the one below the one above all. He's like the strongest of all the entities.
There's chaos and order. There's
but
a lot.
I think he's referenced to be strongest, but his whole thing is like inactivity, right?
The thing that bugs me the most, not to get off subject,
But we should get. By the way, we should start to get Eternity, Order and Chaos, Galactus. I want to start getting some of these.
Well, with Eternals, we're getting Celestials, so
I really hope that we get some stuff in Guardians 3 that's related, and then maybe
I heard High Evolutionary.
But if we get a, I would like to see if we got a Eternity, if we got a Quasar.
Yeah,
because they're kind of he's kind of at least in the Infinity Gauntlet comic.
Well, there's the Avengers where
he's like.
There's a Avengers story based off those chases in HeroClix that Eternity gives them all a little bit of power.
Yeah, and in Infinity Gauntlet, the comic that you loaned me, the big one, the famous one, he goes off and meets the whole council of all the entities alongside Eternity.
Then Thanos beats the fuck out of them, doesn't he? Or tell them to fuck off?
Some of them, Galactus, I think Order and Chaos and Tribunal just fuck off. But I think Life and Death, and not Death, but like all the other ones, like Time and all that, Kronos and all that shit, all the other ones go and they get all fucked up by him. But the Living Tribunal is like, yeah, I could do something. Because the Living Tribunal is like, yeah, I could do something. But I'm not gonna, because I'm the Living Tribunal. And it's like the classic, like, oh, I'm...
It does make sense that a lot of these
the best thing to do is
intertwine
not
in this, but it seems like what they say in the trailer, like they're using him to fix everything.
Yes.
Like too many things have been messed up.
Yeah. He's a time cop.
We need you to be a time cop, but like I said, like what sucks is this isn't the better Loki. This Loki just tried to take over New York.
Loki.
He hasn't had the Dark World moment.
But that version of Loki, in my opinion, is way more charismatic because he's bought it. But he's bought into his
Ragnarok one is so good.
But the Ragnarok one is so good because he's surrounded by other people that play off of him really well. Like when Thor walks in, he throws the cannon at him.
Yeah,
it's just like, just make sure you're there. But him by himself,
he has this whole play for himself.
But he doesn't have that brotherly relationship to work off in this. He's got to be his own main character. He's got to.
What did they say? Let's do the let's get help, or we need help.
Get help.
Yeah, where
get help. My brother's
throws Loki. But it's
that's a horrible strategy.
You hear a lot of stories about Loki, like I hate him, like he made turned into a snake.
I love snakes.
One time
he jumped out and he stabbed me. That's what he said.
But it's like there was a lot of progress, so it sucks that we kind of go backwards and don't get that Loki, and a Loki that may not care for his brother a lot, as much.
But I guarantee he'll interact with Thor. Yeah. Whether it be
I don't think Thor will be in it. You know what?
You don't think Thor will be in it? You don't think we'll even get the hint of maybe he goes too far in the future and we get to see King Thor or an alternate version of Thor, and then he has this whole conversation where he's like, "Yeah, in my timeline, my brother was this, this, and this, and you could be so much more." And you could be.
They show the picture, the video of Hawkeye in the front, and everyone they beat him. Then they showed the video of him getting snapped his neck by Thanos, and you kind of see him turn his head ooh, what the fuck is this? And you're seeing your death, and it's kind of nuts. But it's weird because Loki's not dead, really.
Exactly, it's not his death.
It's just weird. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect with this show. I time travel is really interesting, but I just don't want them to fuck it up.
Let's do the time warp again.
You like that movie?
Love that movie.
You
fucking love it.
Bastard.
I mean, I don't love or hate that movie because I've never seen it.
I just think this guy would dress up like what's his name?
I wanted to say Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield?
I don't know. I know it's Rocky Horror, but I wanted to say Rodney Dangerfield.
Maybe.
You would. Put the
one day
on, you little sweet ass.
Maybe. Well, hold on. What?
Loki.
Ayo, John Manhattan.
When I first heard of it, I said, this is too big. They announced it with
huge.
Kevin Feige with all the pictures and stuff. And I was like, this is too big of a movie for Hiddleston to be in. Or not Hiddleston. Is it Hiddleston? I was like, this is too big for Tom. All right, I'll just say Tom.
We have two Toms and three Chris's. We need a third Tom.
But
we need Tom Hardy to join the MCU. Then we can have all three of the Toms versus all three of the Chris's.
It'll be Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise.
By the way,
coming in.
They said he might play another Iron Man.
Who would you rather? By the way,
wait,
you rather? Bang.
No, who would you rather? If you had to pick two people to fight with you, would you rather have? Oh my God, Venom, Eddie Brock, and Bane next to you, or would you rather have the Human Torch or Captain America? So you either get Chris Evans superhero characters or you get Tom Hardy superhero characters.
That's tough because Cap is a hard one I'd want on my team, and Venom I would want on my team.
It's the Human Torch, all the way. Because Human Torch could just nuke any of them.
Well, because Venom is also...
I mean, like, damaged by fire.
He's damaged by fire,
and it's the Human Torch.
That was a dumb question. That was an easy answer.
I guess.
Because
I thought it was going to be a little more insightful than that.
I thought at first...
What about who would win in a fight? Groot or Riddick?
Riddick?
Yeah. No, wait. His name's not Riddick. What's Vin Diesel's character from the movie Riddick?
It's Riddick.
It's Riddick.
Yeah.
From Pitch Black?
Yeah, it's Vin Diesel versus Vin Diesel. Groot versus Riddick.
Oh, that's where you're going with that. Groot would destroy him.
Are you sure?
Positive.
What if the lights were off?
I don't know if the trees can see at night, so I don't know. I have to.
Yeah, I don't
think
know
trees
about
can
that.
see.
Well, Groot can see.
But is Groot a tree?
He killed one of like.
I guess he can make those.
a lot of things.
I guess he can make those lights.
Don't
or
do your
whatever.
fingers like that. No one can see that, but you look like you're tickling the.
I think he has a huge survivability, so he may be able to like if Groot was going after him, he may be able to sustain that. Depending, I don't know. It's
How
weird.
did we get here from the Loki trailer? I'm just
wait. Hold on. Going to the whole Riddick thing.
Oh my gosh, I'm a drink for this one. It's a pass.
How does he know?
It's a Bepis.
Like, because if you think about how smart he is, or at least survivability.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen Pitch Black.
You ever seen Pitch Black?
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So there's a creature. It is in Pitch Black. Yeah, there's a creature where
I know
so
about
good.
Pitch Black.
But he immediately goes, okay, so that's how they work. How the
I'll
fuck do you
kill
know
you
that?
With this teacup.
Like,
He's
it
just
seems
a
like he
hood, dude.
understands and knows how to fight
it's
every single animal.
It's an animal thing.
What's the
He
line he
says
says
that's
about
true.
a teacup?
Huh?
He says something about a teacup.
Oh,
And
like,
he can't like kill somebody with his teacup or
yeah.
something like that.
And then he just puts
It's
it
like,
down
I'll
on a
kill
rock.
you with my teacup.
Yep.
I don't know.
Then he
I
puts
love
the
See,
key
I haven't even
down.
seen the movie and I know better than you.
He put the key down. The dude runs away.
I
Little tiny
love
ass
that
fucking
movie.
pulled out of his ass probably.
But yeah.
The last one was.
Yeah, no, I was.
It
done
was
after
sad.
Pitch Black.
I was actually sad.
After Pitch Black. There was no other movies for me.
You didn't like Chronicle?
No,
Chronicles of Riddick?
I fucking know. It takes out the whole element. The movie was just like
Was
an
that
alien
his
movie.
breakout movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I mean, he did Iron Giant's voice, but people didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
But that movie was just like an aliens type
Fuck,
movie.
And he was in
The first one?
Then they
Yeah.
did the other ones, and it changed the whole way you did the movie. It
Well,
wasn't
yeah,
about.
it made.
It wasn't
him-
like this horror suspense movie.
No, because it's going based upon Riddick
Fuck, I
and the
really-
fact that he's
I really derailed you guys, didn't I?
Yeah.
he's like someone who fate has decided you are going to be grand in his life, and he kind
Just
of did
watch
that.
the first movie and you're done. You're fine.
Yeah, I know.
It's a really great movie.
Yeah.
And he's actually good in it. He's not.
I liked all of them. The last one, like I said, it's whatever, man. I mean, I you're old in that, I guess. I don't know. You're like old Riddick, but it doesn't seem like you were old Riddick. I don't know, because he was like king of all of them. It was weird.
Yeah.
But
it's
anyways,
that's something that like I want you guys to watch Ready Player One now. I don't. I would want him to actually watch Pitch Black. That's actually just a really good movie.
Yeah, I'm down to watch Pitch Black.
Pitch Black's just a really good movie.
Ready Player One is. You've already made me
Player One's
watch.
so good.
You already made me watch fucking. I've tried to watch it. I've also like tried reading the book.
I don't.
I've also
I don't
like.
get the try part. Like, what,
It's boring.
what turned you off? Like, that's what I always want to
It's
know.
just
What-
like
what
somebody's
happened?
fucking fantasy. It's like I want to like.
Number one is Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
So?
So what? Not every.
Spielberg knocks him out pretty
No.
well.
You ever watch
When
AI?
when he directs him, I don't watch AI.
AI sucks.
Yeah,
You ever watch War of the Worlds? Movie's boring.
War of the Worlds? That Tom Cruise movie?
Yeah.
I liked the Scary Movie 3 rendition of
Dude,
it.
I could read you like a list of maybe 10 Steven Spielberg movies that you'd be like, ooh.
E.T. motherfucker.
So what? Jurassic Park is my favorite movie of all time. Doesn't mean Steven Spielberg does everything right. Doesn't mean I like every Kubrick movie. Doesn't mean I like every Tarantino movie.
I don't like every Kubrick movie.
Do you like every Tarantino movie?
Yeah. I would say that with Tarantino. It's just a lot of them I like way least than the others.
Like Hateful Eight. Is that his?
Yeah, I like Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight's on my lower half.
It's
of my
on
list.
the lower one.
It's just
It's a good. It's a
drag.
it's a good suspenseful.
too
Like,
long.
okay,
It
who's
just
the
drags.
bad motherfucker here?
Well, like everyone
It's
said,
no
it's
Inglourious
Clue.
Bastards or Django.
Django.
Django's
so
just
good.
probably my favorite.
Who cut his holes in these masks? My wife did.
My favorite's still Inglourious Bastards. Nothing-
Glorious Bastards is great, but I'm just telling you guys right now.
That's a
I
bingo.
guess that's our low-key discussion because we went way off. Way
Yeah,
way
Because
off.
Loki's not as interesting right now.
Well,
I find Riddick more interesting.
The trailer didn't tell much. It's just about them saying that he needs to fix the timeline, which, again...
I'm excited for Loki. I even talked to Donnie, and Donnie said he's excited.
Well, the question for me, like I said, what does the fucking returning the gems matter if he's got to go fix things already?
Maybe he's going to meet up with old Cap, or Cap going through these times going, all right.
But that means you got to have Chris Evans in it.
Exactly. Maybe this is when Chris Evans comes back.
Or maybe they're going to deep fake it.
And that's why...
Fuck it.
So bad.
They won't have to,
that's
because
why
Chris Evans isn't dead.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's why I said the biggest thing for me was when I heard the announcement, I was like, he's too big for it. He's going to probably narrate the stories of Loki being young, being a woman, all the different things he did cross as an Asgardian. Not what I thought of, where he's working for Time Force and shit. Like, whatever they call it, the VA, or I forgot what their name is.
Time Force.
Time Force, I think in Power Rangers. But anyways, yeah. So I think that wraps us up.
I have one more question.
Yes,
Do I like to party?
And this is kind of a serious question, kind of a dumb question. The question is, when and if we get the Fantastic Four and we get a Johnny Storm, right? Is this the first time there'll ever be an actor that has appeared in the MCU that'll basically... Because Chris Evans is Cap, right? And he was...
He was a great Johnny Storm.
And he was Johnny... Yeah. He would be my pick for Johnny Storm if he wasn't Cap.
No, I go with...
Zac Efron?
Yeah. Everyone always says that, and I've watched enough dumb Zac Efron movies that he fits it. Like, I love...
Or maybe...
Baywatch is so good. It's a dumb movie, but it's so good.
I haven't watched it yet.
I like him in... has the song on that soundtrack.
Bad Grandpa, or Grandpa, whatever. Him and Robert De Niro.
What's the one where he's like... he's like Seth Rogen's neighbor or some shit?
Oh,
like
Neighbors. Yeah.
It's Seth Rogen's neighbor, right?
Yeah.
They're running a frat next door.
Yeah.
Yeah. But...
Maybe he's going to play two characters at once.
No.
Yeah, Johnny Storm and Human George.
That'd be ridiculous.
No.
That would be kind of dumb.
No. Unlimited power.
God, people so
Have I ever
off.
told you the story?
I don't know how we're going to get viewers and get sponsorships.
So?
Well, we're going to try our best.
At this point, they're going to be like, ugh.
Hey, you know what they can do with that?
Eat your food, Tina.
Eat your food, Tina, you fat lard. Hey, guess what, though?
What?
That's a podcast. Okay.
No, that's a podcast.
That's a podcast.
What are you checking?
Why is this turned off? Why they both turned off?
So how much should we not record? Don't say we're going to do an audio one this time.
You can just leave a picture of us.
Oh my god. Do you know how much we had? Don't you keep up on your phone?
No. I'm gonna turn it off. Don't turn it off. 9 minutes.
That's all we recorded?
That's all we recorded on that one. I don't know what the fuck happened. Yeah, they both ended at 9 minutes.
Oh my god.
They both ended the same amount of time. What the fuck happened there?
Oh my god. You can't do this. I don't want to make a voice audio when we're...
Say just keep a photo of us.
What photo of us?
Take a still shot of the fucking 9-minute thing. It is
But it's about how we look and stuff.
That's fine. Just take a still shot. I don't know why the fuck that happened. No idea. What happened? Legitimately no idea.
It recorded 9 minutes of us.
Yeah. Almost. I don't know why.
9 minutes. I don't know what the fuck happened.